Okay, so we're going to do some review for your quiz. Okay, Math 8, we are on Chapter 3, quiz number 3, review. You can use these notes to help you on your quiz. Okay, you can use these notes to help you on your quiz. There's only 5 problems on your quiz. Okay, there's only 5 of them, so it shouldn't be too terribly bad. Guys, yes.
Are they 5 long questions?
You'll see.
They're probably like word questions.
Okay, so for number 1, okay, if I want you to graph the solution, graph the system and write the answer, listen, write the answer as an ordered pair. Okay, if you need to, since we're going to be graphing and we're going to be graphing a system is always 2 lines. So if you need to, you can use one of my colored pencils so that you can have 2 different colors. You don't have to, but if you need to, you can. Okay, and I'm going to give you the equations. Let's do y equals 1/2 x, y equals 1/2 x minus 3, and y equals negative x. Y equals 1/2 x minus 3, and y equals negative x. I want you to graph these, and you will have a grid on your quiz. Okay, you will definitely have a grid on your quiz. So, first thing you want to do is we definitely want to have 2 different colors here, okay? Are these both ready to graph? Are they in a form that is ready to graph?
Yeah.
Yes. What form do they need to be in?
Slope form.
Slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. These are in y equals mx plus b form. So, I'm going to graph these 2. So, I'll use one with pencil and one with, not that pencil since I just dropped it. And one with a different color. Okay, and we're trying to figure out where the 2 lines cross. So for this first line, where would I make my first point? Negative 3. What's that called? It's the y-intercept. Okay? Because we always make our first point at the y-intercept. Okay, so if you remember the equation y equals mx plus b, having trouble with my pencils right now. Remember, y equals mx plus b. Okay, remember the parts. The b is the y-intercept. Okay, the y-intercept, or where you begin. Okay, the b is the y-intercept, or where you begin. What's the m? What letter does m stand for?
Slope.
The slope. And what does the slope tell you? How you move, right? Slope tells you how you move. The y-intercept is where you begin. So if you look at this first one, my y-intercept is at negative 3. So I'm going to put my first point at negative 3. You guys just do the best you can because I know you don't have grids, okay? On your quiz, you will definitely have a grid, so it'll be really easy to see. Then from there, how do I move? What's the slope of this first line? 1/2. So what does that tell you? Move up 1 and over 2. Up 1/2. So up 1/2. Okay. Then if you need a ruler, I will let you borrow a ruler. Just do your best to make a straight line. Okay. Then we have to graph our other line. Okay, the second line. What's the y-intercept of the second line? There's something missing at the end. So what would the y-intercept be? 0. This is like a +0. Okay, so we start at 0, 0. That's the y-intercept. Then what's the slope of this line? -1. But we want to make it a fraction, so we would say -1/1. So what does that tell you? How does that tell you to move? down 1 over 1. So move down 1 over 1. And if you do just point by point, do you notice that we already figured out where they cross? Okay, it crosses in an exact point right there. Then the actual answer for this is naming that point. So what's the actual answer here? This point is over 2, down 2. So to write that, you would say 2, negative 2. 2, negative 2. That's the actual answer that I'm looking for. Okay, we're figuring out where do these two cross. Questions on how I did that? Anyone have a question on how I did that? No, we're okay with that one? Semi? Kind of, sort of, maybe? Are we not sure? Why are we not talking this morning? You're just not speaking this morning? You're tired? Your brain's hurt? I'm sorry. Okay, next one I want to do, okay, for numbers 2 and 3. Okay, so for numbers 2 and 3, you get to solve by a method of your choice. So you choose how you'd like to solve these. Okay, you choose how you would like to solve these. So for number 2, okay, for number 2, if you're going to choose how you get to solve this, and our equations are going to be, sorry, I keep losing my place here. You choose how you would like to solve question mark, or are you okay?
Can we do it?
You waving your hands over there for any good reason, or are you just
Saying hi.
You're just saying hi. Oh, hi. Stop, Chantel.
Actually, I haven't done that yet. Hi, Megan.
Okay, really?
Can we do eliminate?
Well, maybe you haven't seen the things yet. You like elimination? Yeah, elimination or substitution are both on your test. Yes. Substitution's not hard. Okay, so for number 2, if I give you the equations, y equals 2x plus 14, y equals 2x plus 14, and y equals 4x minus 12. Sorry. Y equals 2x plus 14, and y equals 4x minus 12. So, first thing you want to decide is, remember, there's 3 different ways you can solve. You could graph, which we probably don't want to do because, well, it's kind of annoying, okay? And we don't have grid. Or there's elimination or substitution. You want to do elimination? Okay. To do elimination, you have to have what? You have to figure out which letter would you want to multiply and then cancel out.
X. Is it raining?
You want to multiply to get rid of the x's?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have a 2x and a 4x, I want to do what? What would I have to multiply by to get something to cancel?
-2.
-2, right. So if I want to cancel out the x's, if this one's already a 4, what would cancel out a positive 4?
-4.
A -4. How can I multiply the first equation to get you a -4? Multiply by -2. Okay? So if you multiply by -2, I'm just going to rewrite it underneath. That would give you what? -2y equals what? -4x. And what's -2 times 14? -28. Then, am I ready to go ahead and add them together? Yes. Okay, you don't add them together until you know something is going to cancel out. So what's y minus 2y? -1y equals, what's 4x minus 4x? These go away. And what's -12 minus 28? -40, right. So remember, if you have same signs, you add them and keep the sign. Then how do you get y completely by itself? Divide away the negative, so divide by -1, and we get y equals what? Positive 40. Negative divided by negative gives you a positive 40. Then, am I done? Not yet. What do I have to do? Plug it back in. Okay, which one would you want to plug into? The first one or the second one? The first one. Okay, if you plug into the first one, 40 goes on the left side equals 2x plus 14. How would you solve from there? What would you have to do? Subtract the 14. 40 minus 14 gives you what? 26 equals 2x. How do you get x by itself? Divide by 2. And what's 26 divided by 2?
13.
13. So what's your actual answer here?
13. Oh wait, no, it's 13, comma.
13, comma 40. Right. Okay, so all of these answers should be written in the form of a point. Okay, you have to write them as a point. Do we have questions on how I did that? Hey, guys, look, I know that it's Friday, but you've only had 3 days of school this week, so we have to be a little more focused than you are right now. Meaning, I think you're also going to have to get a new seating chart because you guys are not doing very well sitting where you want to. It's not working for me right now. There's way too many people talking. Okay, let's try another one. For number 3, same thing. I want you to pick how you solve this. Okay, so you can pick how you solve. What?
9 plus 30.
Stop. Okay, you pick how you solve. 3x plus 2y equals 46, and x plus 5y equals 11. 3x plus 2y equals 46, x plus 5y equals 11. You pick how you solve this one. So do you think we want to use graphing or substitution or elimination?
Elimination. Let's try substitution.
Substitution is what you want to do if you have one letter all by itself. Do you have one letter all by itself here?
Yeah. A letter by itself?
Not yet. You have the x, but is it completely by itself?
Yeah. Add a 1.
Okay, if you want to do substitution, I'll show you one with substitution, okay? You could change this equation to get x by itself. How could we do that? What would you have to do to get x completely by itself?
Subtract and multiply and stuff.
Subtract the 5y. Okay, you'd have to subtract the 5y. That would give you x equals, these go away. What's 11 minus 5y? Can you add those together? Can we combine those? No. 11 minus 5y. What part should be written first, the 5y or the 11? Gentlemen. What part should be written first, the 11 or the 5y?
5y.
The negative 5y plus 11. So once you get one letter completely by itself, then you can substitute it. So I can put all of this in for x. Okay, if you want to put all of that in for x, that's fine. Then this one, let's rewrite it. You would write 3 times all of that, so negative 5y plus 11 equals 46. And then solve. So what's 3 times negative 5y? Negative 15y. Plus, what's 3 times 11? We're just distributing. 33 equals 46. How do I solve? How do I get y completely by itself? We want to move the terms to the other side. So subtract the 33.
Where did the 33 come from?
3 times 11 gave you 33. We had to distribute. Okay, Okay, if you subtract, I'm going to move over here because I ran out of room. So negative 15y equals what? What's 46 minus 33? 13. Wait, did I do something wrong? What did I do? Hold on. Oh, you know what we forgot? Can anyone see what they forgot? What we forgot?
No. Yeah, we did 15y, huh? We forgot to do the y.
You forgot the 2y part. I forgot to write that down. Sorry. Okay, that's a really common mistake. So listen. Okay, listen. This is a really common mistake. Okay, when you substitute, you're not done. Okay, we are not done. So I should have written plus 2y equals 46. I apologize. That was a really bad mistake. I'm kind of sad that I did that. It's really pathetic. Okay? So really, this should be... Darn it. I know I am supposed to be smart. You guys are supposed to help me. I'm not doing good. I know. Okay, so plus 2y equals 46. So, let's ignore that part. I apologize. Guys. Okay. You're about to get kicked out again. Yes. Have you written any of this down? Then what do I do next? Which is why you should be paying attention to it right now. So what should I do next? You did not get kicked out for this. Combine like terms. So what's negative 15 and positive 2? Negative 13y plus 33 equals 46.
Wait, what? Plus 13. Or negative.
Negative 15 plus 2 gives you negative 13y.
Wait, I'm confused.
We still have the 33. Okay, we haven't done it yet. I made a mistake earlier. Now we will move the 33. Okay, that's going to give us negative 13y equals 46 minus 33 gives you 13. How do you get y completely by itself? Divide by negative 13. And what do you get for y? Y equals what? Negative 1. How do you solve for y? Or for x, excuse me. How do you solve for the other one?
Plug it in.
Plug it in. So we're going to plug this in. I would plug it into this one because it has x by itself. X equals negative 5 times negative 1 plus 11. So what's negative 5 times negative 1? 5 plus 11 gives you what for x? 16. So what's the actual answer for this question? 16 comma negative 1. We're always looking for a point as an answer. Okay, you're always looking for a point as an answer. We just did substitute.
I know.
Okay, guys, if you stop paying attention, that's your bad.
I didn't get the whole thing. Can you go back?
No, you need to keep up. Okay, next one for number 4. Guys, you need to pay attention, okay? A lot of you are getting really unfocused, and when I have to call your parents and say, I'm sorry, I did their quiz for them, and they didn't pay attention, that's your bad, not mine. Number 4, okay, if I tell you that at Starbucks,
You got it. It's Starbucks. Calm down.
okay, at Starbucks, 3 coffees and 2 frappuccinos, I'm just going to write fraps, cost $17. 2 coffees and 1 frappuccino cost $10.50. I'd like you to find the cost. Find the cost of 1 coffee. So, do you actually have to find both answers here? No, we're just asking you to find the cost of a coffee. So just like some of your homework last night, it only asked you for what's the value of x, or only asked you to find y. You don't have to find both here. So let's write this equation. How would we write this equation? 3 coffees, so let's say 3C plus what? 2F equals what? $17. You do have to put in the dollar sign, or you do have to put in the decimal point. 2 coffees and 1 frappuccino, so 2C plus 1F equals $10.50. Now, you are going to have to deal with some decimals, but it's not that bad. Okay, we're talking about money, so it's normal to have some decimal places here.
At least it's not fractions.
That's right, at least it's not fractions. So, if I want to solve, what do you think I could do to solve here? Does this look like I'd rather do elimination or substitution?
Elimination.
Elimination? Okay, what would you like to eliminate?
The 1F.
The F. So if I have a 2F, what would eliminate a 2F? A negative 2. So let's multiply the second equation by what? Negative 2, exactly. So the first one I'm just going to rewrite so they'll be nice and lined up. 3C plus 2F equals $17. If I multiply everything through by negative 2, what do you get? Negative 2 times 2C gives you what? Negative 4C. Negative 2 times 1F is minus 2F equals, what's negative 2 times 1050? You guys can do this. Negative $21. Okay, why are you so confused? What are you confused about?
Like, where's the negative 2 come from?
Okay, elimination means we need to get rid of one of the letters. So if we want to get rid of the F's, what would eliminate a positive 2? A negative 2. So I need to make this a negative 2F. So to get a negative 2, you have to multiply 1 times negative 2. Then once we multiply, we're going to add the 2 equations together. And when you completely add them together, the F's go away, which is what you want. So 3C minus 4C gives you what? Negative 1C equals what? What's 17 minus 21?
Wait, don't we supposed to be adding right now?
We are adding them together. Negative $4. Doesn't make any sense to have a negative for an answer. No, but I have a negative over here. How do I get rid of this negative? Divide the negative 1. So what do I get? That C equals $4. So what does that tell me? 1 coffee is $4. I would expect that in your answer, I want you to write this with a dollar sign. Okay, and remember, dollar signs do not go at the end. That's only in Mexico. Okay, you write it like this. Yes, John Top.
Did you do 4 equals 3, and then you got 1C?
Yes. So remember, if they're different signs, you're actually subtracting and keeping the sign of the larger one. So since the bigger one is 4 and it was negative, that's why it ends up being negative overall. Same thing here. You're really doing 21 take away 17, but keep the sign of the larger one, which was negative. And then the negatives end up canceling each other out. Okay, last one that I want you to do. Okay, for number 5, if I tell you the point negative 1 comma 2 is a solution to a system of equations. The point negative 1 comma 2 is a solution to a system of equations. What? Which of the following could not be one of the equations? Okay. Okay, and I'm going to give you 4 different options here. Which of the following could not be one of the equations? If I gave you y equals 5x, y equals negative 4x minus 2, y equals 4x plus 6, and 5x plus 4y equals 3. So this is multiple choice. So I'll give you a second to write that down. Okay, so if this point is a solution, what does that mean if a point is a solution to a line? It's on the line. Okay, so it means it's on the line. If I'm telling you it's a solution to a systems of equations, it means that a bunch of equations cross at this point. Which of these is not one of these equations? So what do you have to do? Not solve all of them, but really just plug in. You're going to plug in, what does negative 1 represent here? The x. What does the 2 represent? The y. So you need to plug in and see which of these equations does this point not work on. So you just start plugging in. Okay, and you're going to plug in for x and y. So here, what would you plug in for y? If I'm doing y equals 5x. 2 equals 5 times what? Negative 1. Is 2 equal to negative 5? No. So is this point on this line? No. Okay. If I want to know which one could not be one of the equations, this one does not work already. All you're really doing is just plugging in and figuring out which one is this line, is this point not on. So if I just say this one was not first, okay? I should have made this one later. Sorry. This one, if I plugged in, let's figure out, would this one work with this point? So plug in for y. 2 equals negative 4 times, what do I plug in for x? Negative 1 minus 2. Is 2 equal to, what's negative 4 times negative 1? Positive 4 minus 2. Is 2 equal to 4 minus 2? Yes. So since that works, this equation, or this point, is a solution to this equation. And you just check them all until you find the one that does not work. Okay, so you could check all of these and it would work. Is 2 equal to 4 times negative 1 plus 6? So you'd say is 2 equal to negative 4 plus 6? Is 2 equal to negative 4 plus 6? Yes, this one would work. This one did not work. So all you do is you plug things in until you find the one that does not work. Yes, Malia?
How do you see if they work or not?
Is this true? So is 2 equal to 2? Yes. So since that's true, this one works. This one, 2 does not equal negative 5. This one, 2 does equal 2. So you just check and see, is it a true statement? When you plug in the numbers, do you get 2 equals 2 or 5 equals 5? Does the equation work out? Okay, like if you plugged in this one, you do 5 times negative 1 plus 4 times my y is 2 equals 3. So is negative 5 plus 8 equal to 3? Does 3 equal 3? Yes. So if all of these work, this is the only one that does not work. That's what we're looking for. Which is the only one that does not work. So in this case, it would be A. Okay. What are you confused about, Chantal?
You said
All you're doing is plugging in this point in for x and y in each one of these equations.
okay, you said what did you say? Something about
Plug it in.
Yeah, I had to plug it in and then you said
See if the equation is true. Is 3 equal to 3?
you did 5 plus 8 is
Negative 5 plus 8. What's negative 5 plus 8?
Okay.
It's 3.
Yeah.
So, all you're going to do for this quiz is you guys are going to